where he's kind of been like I don't know, a Dollar Tree version of James Bond, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my man flaming, I'm saying.
We're going to get into the TV and movies. And so there's been some shows that we've been watching. Only a couple. I've been watching a lot, more than Leland, but a couple shows we wanted to get you guys get your thoughts about. And so, Leland, pretty much two ways we can go here. Either I know The Bear was your, I think, #1 rated show. If you look at our episode 1 of the podcast, our best shows of 2022. That's what we did. I think that was Leland's #1. We got The Bear we can talk about, or we got this new show with Idris Elba on Apple TV called Hijack. Which way you want to go, Leland?
Let's go to Hijack, man. I'm not. Okay. I've started The Bear season 2.
Okay.
Me and Ashley both started The Bear season 2. It's. I gotta see where they going. I ain't finished it.
Listen, hold on. This is what I want to talk about. Me and Latai actually had a whole conversation about this week, son. In Olive Garden, went to Olive Garden I think 2 nights ago, right? And I saw IGN. They had a rating of it, right? And they gave it a rating of 10 out of 10, and they said the show is perfect, and their pacing and like the season was perfect. And I'm like,
for the second season?
Yes. And here's my exactly. That's my point here. Here's the thing, though, Leland. You're in for it to uptick because I remember I was watching this a couple weeks ago, and I remember watching like the first few episodes. And at one point, I paused it and like laughed a little tiny. I was like, "Bro, I can't wait to talk Leland about this joint. There ain't nothing much happening."
Bro, it's slow, bro.
It's slow, and that's the thing I was saying. So I had a whole comment with people on YouTube because it does pick up, bro. I think the last few episodes is going to pick up, and I was going to text you. And I'm glad you watched it because I think when you get to the end of the season, you might be like, "Oh man, this is a really good season." But I vividly remember at one point, like 3 or 4 episodes in, me like, bro, I can't wait to start thinking about this drink because
it's rough, bro. It's rough. I was like, man, me and Ashley was like, they changed the writers to who? Like the pacing, like they said, 10 out of 10.
And they said the pace was perfect too. That was one of the things. They said the season is perfect and the pacing was perfect. And I was in the comments saying, guys, perfect. I was arguing for a while with people because I was like, bro.
Oh, that's before you watched the whole thing, though.
No, I had already watched it. This is recently. Okay. I had already watched it. And I'm like, I can't say it's perfect when to me, this is what I was saying. Check me, follow me here, Leland. You might follow me. If I gave a show a 10 out of 10, that's high remarks. But also I'm saying, bro, I might have never seen a perfect show. Perfect is a strong, even a perfect season. That's a strong adjective.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know, perfect. I'm perfect. Like, come on, son. Perfect.
The only thing you said that about was Spider-Man.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, that was up there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all joking your what? The Spider-Man was up there. But as far as other movies that's perfect, I'm going back a long time to like Dark Knight. That's in, to see something perfect, even a perfect album, a perfect anything, son. It's gonna be hard.
Perfect is no flaws,
no
critiques.
And here's
that's not this season. I can tell you right now. I got 3 of them, and I ain't even watched but 5 episodes.
But here's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying to people. I was like, bro, the fact that I can so easily distinguish the second half of the season being way better than the first, you can't be perfect just off that. Perfect to me entails like start to finish. And this show was heat.
It was a bang.
Wow, you know what I'm saying? And then people in the comments, they were trying to roast me like, oh, man, listen, you must like Transformers and you like Marvel, huh? That's what they said. Even one guy was like, bro, you might need to get back on your meds. And like, people were trying to roast me. I had fire for them, but I'm like, dog.
They flamed you?
Bro, they was trying to flame me. But I was flaming them back. I'm like, bro, it can't be perfect and they were like, oh, it's building and setting it up. I'm like, it's true. But I've seen shows and movies give me set up while also delivering. If it's only set up for like the first 3-4 episodes, and to me, we talked about that Christmas episode. To me, I was straight on together. It was chaotic, but I didn't really get like you could have told it in less time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was very chaotic. And for
the story and let's
progress the story a little bit. It's chaotic. You see the relationship with his brother. He was unhinged. The mom's unhinged. Okay, but you could have showed that in way less time. You know what I mean? So to me, I'm like, I was arguing with him like perfect, nah. But I do think Leland, and I'm glad we actually have this snapshot in time because I do remember at the end of the season being like, man, really good season. But I think people just had the recency bias because the last few episodes, did you see that episode, Forks, by the way? That one where Richie was cleaning the forks and stuff? Okay, maybe not yet. See, to me, even that was like, to me, the best episode. The season finale was fire too. That one episode, I would give it 10 out of 10 though. That one episode was fire, but I feel like they didn't do it enough. And what I also was saying to people is some of the reasons we like the Bear in season 1, we didn't really see as often in season 2. The Forks episode, it hits that little energy and this is kind of crazy. But
it was chaotic. It was hectic. You were trying to figure out what's going on.
What's going on? This is crazy.
They have a couple, like so far, they have a couple pieces of that when they're doing the renovation, and it's like, everything that they're trying to do. Like I like it. Like
I liked it too. I liked it as well.
I'm where we are right now. I like the show. I have faith in it. I'm going to continue to watch it. It's not like I'm like I'm off of it, but it is not what I expected.
Definitely
coming off of season 1. I thought they were going to like take off running immediately.
Me too, because it ended kind of crazy. Even they were, if you remember how season 1 ended, they was in the kitchen opening up the tomato cans. Everybody laughed like, "Oh snap, it's lit!
It's money!
Hey,
it's money!
It's lit! So let's go!" You know what I mean? So it's funny. I was in there arguing with the people, and I'm like, "Bro, my only critique, even if the BuzzFeed or not the BuzzFeed, it was IGN that gave the rating. If they would have gave it a 9 or even a 10 out of 10 and not used perfect, I wouldn't even went in like that. But and then it said the pacing. I'm like, bro, I can't say the pacing when this job was kind of slow, my boy. It's okay. It's slow. Like for instance, Apple. I mean not Apple. Severance. I said it's slow, so I can't say the pacing is perfect or the show because I'm like, nah, they probably could have got to some of this junk kind of quicker. Actually, that's my critique.
It kept people.
It's slower. Engaged. It's slower. Breaking Bad, I remember being slow. Better Call Saul is slow. It still can be good, but slow. Game of Thrones, a little slower, especially to me. I think House of Dragon actually had a little more. I can't remember season 1 of Game of Thrones, but yeah, some shows are slow. Where I feel like now a show like Ozark, we talked about this before, Leland, where I feel like Ozark, I kind of hit the ground running and less lulls. I feel like kind of
Ozark was crazy, constantly.
It
kept you like on edge. Didn't know what was going to happen.
So here's my storyline for season 2, though, man. Here's my headline, man. If we make this to the title, son, season 2 of The Bear is This Is Us Meet Tell's Kitchen, son. I feel like they also got into the sentimental bag a lot, my boy. They get into the sentimental bag a lot, son. And if they
pulling at the strings a little bit, man.
Yeah, they pulling the heartstrings.
I mean, like what we was watching something. What episode was that? Babe, jump in here if you can. Remind me. We was watching. I think we liked that episode with the black dude. He's off there, but I was like the that's what it was. It was the, like you said, like This Is Us piece. Yeah, they had like really sentimental, like that exchange they had when he's like teaching them how to make the pastry. I'm like, yo, this dude is like, this is deep, son. Like, my man had like very, like, in a normal sense. I guess what I'm saying is like most people are not talking like that. They're not aware. Like these guys are kind of young. He's like, I needed this too.
And so quick, that was the first link too, wasn't it? Wasn't that the first link that got real deep too? Like,
yeah, bro. Like that was like that's crazy. I needed to be pushed so I could discover my true. I realized I can never be the best. I was like, this guy is crazy. Like this guy is speaking.
That's the anime storyline. That's how they be talking to anime. That motivation. I worked with one guy. He just blew me out the water. Ever since then, it's
yeah, it is. That.
I gotta be the best.
What you gonna say, babe? I see you jumped in. Did you have something to say or not? Not really. Oh.
Nah, I'm good. I was trying to help you remember what you were talking about, but
you got it. But I was like, man, there was something because I was watching. I was like, man, these guys are talking deep, man. Like, so I can imagine the rest of the series. His mom is sick. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Bro, listen,
well, and it does seem like every episode is centered around like one person, like it's going deeper into their background. Like we learned about his mother. Mm-hmm. So it's like
I can appreciate shows that do that because I feel like it does build character. Like you can get really attached to the characters because you see like why they are who they are. So I appreciate that. I don't feel like they need an entire episode, or I do feel like there's also ways to do that and still progress the storyline. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
But I'm rocking with it so far.
Yeah, it's not bad. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Because my whole thing when I was in the comments going back and forth, I'm like, bro, it's not a bad season. I actually like this season. It's good. But to say perfect and give it a 10 and say the pacing was perfect, I'm like, nah, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. I can't give all 3 of those adjectives. Like, it's a good season, man. But you know what I mean? And it's funny you mentioned the black guy when he was over there in Europe. I thought you were gonna mention. Remember he saved that man. That man was there. Like,
yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that was crazy, son. I forgot all about that.
That's what I thought you were
Yo, I actually forgot about
Yo, the
that.
dude in the I'm like, bro, what?
First of
what
all,
is
I thought
happening?
for sure he about to get scammed. I said,
Oh yeah, I thought it was rap.
I'm like,
I thought he was
about
gonna
to
get
robbed.
shanked as soon as he got up, Zay.
Yeah.
Bruh. Listen, guys, let me tell the audience a little bit. This is a random scene. There's a guy, I'm not gonna get the whole spoiler for this joint. He's over in Europe learning how to become a better pastry chef. And he's riding his bike home, or he's walking home one night. There's a man that's like trapped under a fence, like he's falling off his bike or something like that. And the man's bleeding and stuff. And I'm like, I was thinking, like, man, you better keep it pushing. It's like the middle of the night. So this man, help. It was like, who that over there? You know what I'm saying? Who that?
Hey, yo, it's just dark. You in another country, you black, you young. Yeah. Absolutely not. I'm not doing nothing like that.
Oh, I thought he was about to call it in, dog. Like, yo, just call it in.
No, nah, I ain't even doing that. So, I mean, I am, but like after I leave the scene, I'm not gonna go there and wait. Nah, no, I'm out of there.
Nah, so even that, bro, at the end when he helps the man up, it didn't turn out to be a scam. They kind of just like hugged each other and embraced and left. It's like
that was crazy. That I remember that scene. I was like, huh? So like, that's nothing about this scene was realistic, and my man was so bloody. Like, why was he so like? What happened, bro?
Literally, what happened? And how come he couldn't push the fence up off? And like, was he stuck or like what is this?
Like, it seemed like he was like literally pinned, but he didn't seem like he struggled that hard to get him out of there.
Pull it out, yeah. And then the man got back on his bike too, and they didn't speak the same language, So I think it has moments like that. Even one thing with the main guy and the girl. Now I'm just killing a little bit, bro. And the girl, I feel like it was a little unrealistic, bro. Like the guy had no gamer swag, purposely ignored her, and she's still just pursuing his brother. I was like, bro, where they do that at?
Nah, yeah, I was kind of mad at that as well.
But wait, didn't they have history though?
Apparently, yes.
They did, but she was going a little bit too hard. Like if you just look at how she was acting, it was like very like dreamy. And he was like not that interested at first. Like,
and he didn't look the great. It ain't like they caught him with a fresh shape up in the store. He was in the store looking frazzled.
He looked over at her like, he's stressed out.
He's stressed out. He looked over at her. Oh, is that you? Yeah, she's like, man, I love you. Basically, like,
he gave her the wrong number.
That was
and
that was crazy.
Back begging, like, yo, why you give me the wrong number? Oh man, I was just yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
Basically, what did he say back to that?
I'm crazy, you know what I'm saying? But what's up?
And she was still like pursuing his brother, man. I'm like, I guess. Man, I
think they had history.
They do. Apparently they had like been actually, but here's the thing, they didn't have a romantic history. I feel like it was like she said I always had a crush on you history. Like
well, that's what I'm saying. There you have it.
I guess.
I mean, what I'm saying is like, you never know, bro. I'm not gonna kill it for that. It was a little strange, but I think that happened. I think that could happen.
Yeah.
Now it's not like if like he would have like completely rejected her. Like, come on, so that's different.
I mean, he was
basically just like
it was giving a curve to me.
Yeah, the fake number.
I mean, I don't think it was like a curve to her. It was more like he was in his stuff. Like he not in that.
He don't have time. I mean, that's essentially what he said. Like
so it wasn't like. Yeah. I ain't feeling you specifically.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm messed up right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going crazy. Like I ain't trying to bring you into this. So I respect.
I feel like though he didn't say it as well. That's why I said where he was kind of like, yeah. Like if you would have said it just like that, like honestly, yo, he never gave it straight up. Like, bro, I'm really stressed. I'm opening a new restaurant. It's crazy. I don't even have time really. If he would have said that, like fine. But he was kind of like, yeah,
my fault.
Yeah, like my bad. I guess, but no. Listen, it's funny we got this. Now we have this time stepped in time. I do think at the end it does go up, but the second half of the season, I think it clears the first half. It gets really good. It gets even more emotional action. Even like, bro, the way they ended, like the last 5 minutes of the season finale, I was like,
bro, don't tell us, bro.
I'm not gonna say, bro. I can talk around it, bro. I'm saying I'm talking around it.
That's not talking. Bro, the last 5 minutes. Wait till the last 5 minutes. It goes even crazier. Wait for the.
Just let us ride.
Hold on, but that's not a spoiler though, guys. I didn't say what happens. I'm just saying.
Bro, but we gonna try to anticipate. Now I'm gonna try to anticipate it as I watch the show. I'm gonna be like, well, what's gonna be crazy?
Listen, we'll talk about next week. Y'all finish it
up. Man, dang. Bro, my man spoiled.
Bro, hold on, bro. That's not a spoiler, dog.
You did that on the Hijack show, too.
What I say about Hijack?
Tell him, babe.
What I say?
You said that it seemed like he wasn't doing most of the work. I think it was like the third episode.
I mean, okay, let's get into Hijack. We're switching to Hijack. Let's switch it to it.
Right,
So
yeah.
At that point, y'all had already seen it a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, we had saw episode 1 and 2, and I think you had watched the episode because it dropped episode 3, and you were like, "Man, I don't know. They tried to make him be the man, but he really wasn't doing nothing on episode 3."
Well, listen.
Oh yeah. That is what you're saying. I was like, bro, my man orchestrated the whole thing.
It seemed like he was working to me.
Bruh, listen, the phone, bruh, listen, that phone joint was crazy, bruh. Tell me
episode. Maybe it was episode 4. There was one episode where I'm like, all right, he wasn't really like, he was kind of in the backgrounds a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, from the trailer looked like he was about to be, I guess you guys ever seen the trailer. I think it was the episode
where they were trying to figure out if the bullet was, if they were rubber or if they were real bullets, real or fake.
But also, I feel like that was the guy beside him, and the guy behind him's doing it. Even, you know what I'm saying? That was the guy beside him, like, let's go for it. And then the guy behind him had it, and then he was kind of like,
but when it was actually time for them to do something, the guy beside him didn't do nothing.
That's a fact.
Like, I can't do it.
That's
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
That's a fact.
And I think what they trying to show you is like Idris, his skill set is it's what's the word? It's like it's strategic. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's calculated. Like just because he's not doing something doesn't mean he's not doing something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what they're trying to show you.
Yo, this picture up on the screen right now influencing you because he looks like, oh man, I'm a deep thinker. Like he like, bro, I got this shit.
That's not influencing me, bro. It's literally the show. He's been doing it every episode.
No, he kind of put out some moxie episode 3 or for this last one. That was the one where he like,
that's right. Crazy, man.
That was the one where it's like, okay, he's earning his stripes. But before then, I'm like,
dog, he was in the face, bro. He walked straight up to the hijackers and convinced them to like,
yeah.
Hey man, listen, hey, look, he's.
But then that's what I'm saying. He lost that little advantage he had. So basically, this is what happened, guys. This show we talked about a little bit. Idris Elba's in it. Plane is being hijacked. And if you watch the trailer, which I did watch, it was like, oh, Idris Elba is this fantastic business negotiator. And yeah, when he sees the planes being hijacked, he's like, listen, I'm going to help you guys basically hijack the plane essentially. Or not hijack the plane, but I want to help make sure this is successful so I can get home. So even with that in my mind, I thought he was going to be more doing like the negotiations between what do people on the ground want and the people on the plane. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to help make this thing smooth, where he's kind of been like a Dollar Tree version of James Bond, essentially. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
my man playing, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, he's just not getting no love.
Man, my man Avery a tough critic, bro. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, bro. Because when they talked about, because even
Hijack is perfect.
Well, no. Even one scene Latanya didn't like. She didn't like the one scene when I think it's episode 1 when they're like, "Oh, what does your husband do?" Because he has an ex-wife and stuff, and then they were looking at each other like, "What does he do?" The son and the mom looked at each other like, "Man, like, bro, say what this man do. Say what you talking about. What he do?" Like they looked at this. You would have thought he was CIA or something.
No, they did talk it up, bro. They did talk it up. But I think what I'm saying is like they're trying. I mean, listen, it's a show, right? They're trying to get you to understand who this person is and why he's so uniquely. Like the way how far he thinks in advance is, you know, it's very valuable. I mean, think about it. You're talking about corporate takeovers and the negotiations. Like a lot of money goes into these things, a lot of moving parts, and so they're showing you like this guy is able to think about all the moving parts. He's also able to like think clearly in high pressure moments. I like it. I like it too. No, I like it. I like the character. I mean, I even like the idea of like what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the premise of the show. Like somebody's on here. He's not. I hate people that's like super strong. Like, man, you know, if he was gonna be fighting all of them, I'm gonna be out. You see what I'm saying? Like, if he's like, oh, I find a way to disarm everybody. I got all the skills and stuff. Like, that's crazy. He's not doing that. Yeah, he's literally just playing the game of survival.
So here's the thing. I think when I said to you guys, that was after episode 3. After episode 3. Now, episode 4, which is what just happened, he earned it. No, I wouldn't have said that at all because he was like, oh, no, bro, this next level. Like
that was next level, bro.
You know, it was episode 3 where I felt like the other 2 guys were only doing the strategic. He actually did the actual game plan. He implemented it, but they were the ones that were like, "Hey, yo, we could do." And he was like, "Nah, don't do nothing." I'm like, "Nah, they kind of onto something, son." You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I was thinking of. Episode 4, just that alone, what he did. This is like,
episode 4 was crazy, man. I was
you know what? It had me thinking too. It had me thinking like, dang, that's kind of clean. Maybe I had to do that joint, son. And,
you might. It's like you be like, I have to.
Yeah, I might have
got away for something like. That was just. It was good, man.
That was super clean, man.
It was clean. I was like, man, that's smart, bro. I'm like, and they need it. They need it.
I can't say nothing else. I'm saying he earning his stripes again. It's episode 4. If he don't do nothing else, son. If he don't do a single other thing, that alone, because that got everybody kind of back on track.
Before I forget, bro, because there was one moment it's just not coming back to me. You remember like those 2 other guys that got beat up originally, and they in them handcuff joints?
Yeah,
the older guys that was like, "Nah, man, we're gonna do this," and then like when that the fighter jet came up. And they was like, go to the window. They told that lady, and she was like, all right, bet. Like, it was just crazy to me how about it this lady was to do whatever these 2 dudes that got tied up said to do. Mm-hmm. You remember that part?
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. I mean,
that job was crazy, man.
Sure. And what was even crazier to me, where she was like, they were like, yo, close the blinds. She was like, keep them open, Karen energy. Open the blinds. Open the blinds. It's okay now. You know, I was like, hey, oh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I came through and pistol whip that woman. So like, yo.
I know, right? I thought they had to do something. My man was like,
she open the blind. The hostage, what is it? The hijacker's like, nah, sit down. Open the blind.
That's what's so crazy about the show, right? Is like we're seeing like how inexperienced these hijackers are. Like, y'all don't really have a plan. Like, what's going on?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They flying by the seat of their pants for sure. The amount of times that the leader of the hijackers looked confused is unnerving for me. Like, if I was a part of the team, I'm like, why you look like that, bro? Like, what you mean?
Whoever they reporting to, he should have been on the plane because this facts. He look unnerved. He looking around like he taking orders from Idris Elba. Son.
I know, bro. My man's like, what's this button?
Yeah,
right. You're hijacking a plane. You didn't expect to, like, y'all ain't got a pilot already.
Bro. If you hijack the plane, you should be able to somebody should know how to fly this joint, steer this joint. Okay, they're gonna call it in. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ask security questions. It don't seem like that thought of a plan. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, but yet somehow they got guns on the plane.
Listen, man. I saw Michael said disrespectful. I'm guessing when I said Dollar Tree Tom Cruise or not Tom Cruise, Dollar Tree James Bond.
James Bond.
Next week we're gonna come out here with the spoiler. We're gonna come out here with the spoiler review, but watch it, guys. Next week
that sounds good. That sounds good. Let this be known.
It's an entertaining watch. It's an entertaining watch for sure.
It's a good one, and it's dope for us to like hit it on every week because it comes out. We can talk about it as long as everybody that's viewing with us is.
Y'all watch it there. Hopefully this won't get us flagged. If you need a website, just comment somewhere. I know a website because everybody may not have Apple TV. I don't know if I broadcast the website or make it hot.
All right, now don't get us strike down.
Okay,
monetized.
All right. We're not. Listen, but get Apple TV apparently then, and you can watch it.
Get Apple TV and get a free trial. Wait till the season's over.
Different emails, hopefully it's a 30-day trial. Yo, that's the thing. These trials getting stingy. What, it be even 7-day trials? Then
we'll give you a couple hours. Watch a show or two.
A couple hours trials. Then it's not crazy.
Wait, we got your email now too, though.
Yeah, and we're gonna spam you a lot, son, and steal your information.
I know, right?
But listen. Speaking of, real quick, another show I watched too, man. There's a show on. Rock with me. Hear me out, guys. It's a show on BET Plus. Actually, BET Plus is their streaming service. It's not even BET. Hey, it's called Average Joe, man. It's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a different.
Okay.
It's more of a thriller. It's like a thriller. You know what
I'm saying? I'm intrigued by the thumbnail myself. Just like that looks like
it's pretty cool, man. So I have the plot summary. We're not the whole summary, but like kind of the description of the show. It says this. This is what it says. It says an everyday plumber named Joe learns that his recently deceased father was working for the Russian mafia and stole $10 million in a car from them. The mafia is now looking for Joe and the money. That's the plot. That all happens in episode 1. But it's pretty crazy, man, because even I think one thing they did good with the show, I guess similar to Ozark too. Well, let me not be disrespectful to Ozark, but let me not. But
man's going crazy for this show, huh?
They kind of show how regular people would be in certain situations, which I like. Like, you say you're just a regular person, now the stuff hit the fan crazy. It's like, bro, I mean, this is kind of wild. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
a little too much.
Their emotions in response to it, like, you know, and it's got a lot of layers, man. It's got a layer.
Is it come out weekly or is it all
come out weekly? I think there's like 5 episodes out so far. So I know that you watch shows pretty slow. So that'll get you right, son. The 5 episodes already out right now. You know, you watch it, man. It's an entertaining watch too. That's what I'm saying. It says comedy/drama, I think, or comedy crime.
Is that Deion Cole?
Yeah, Deion Cole's the main actor. Yeah, Deion Cole's
That's crazy. Yeah,
he's good, man. He's doing good too. Actually, he's doing pretty good. I mean, he's doing well. I mean, no, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. That's all right. He's doing well acting on the show, and I like his character, man. His character's cool. Even they got here one little aspect. This we see the cop in the back there, and see nothing else. And even this guy on the right here, he's a comedian guy too. I've seen him in some other stuff. He almost have you seen that guy before? He does like the silly black character. He kind of playing that a little bit, but it's good, yo. It's good. Average Joe. If you like crime shows, if you like dramas, it's a good show. It's entertaining. Also, the episodes, they have a lot going on. There's a lot of different storylines and stuff like that. So that's it for the TV roundup.